All right, so if you guys clicked on this story, obviously it's from the last teacher story, or you guys just, watch my videos and you guys just enjoy the story times I tell. And today's story is obviously from a continuation of the first part of the teacher story. So if you guys haven't seen that one yet, I would advise you guys go check that out. But without further ado, this is the second part. But before we do, obviously, I just want to mention today is my birthday. Yes, I am finally 21 years old. Out of 20 years of living and going through crazy things in my life, knowing I'm officially 21 is kind of insane. And I think my only birthday wish that I would want from you guys is to leave a like and subscribe. But also, here's an amazing announcement I think you guys want to listen to. Do you play Minecraft and think that you are the best? Well, test your amazing survival skills in BABACRAFT. BABACRAFT is a Minecraft server that has a beautiful aspect of surviving with your friends, but with a twist. Have awesome opportunities to join a player-ran economy with all your friends and fight random bosses that may spawn upon the world to survive. And winning battles with you and your friends get you guys keys to earn awesome rewards and limited time items from these crates that we made. But not only that, discover the world of BABACRAFT and also join in on events like parkour, building competitions, and on top of that, becoming the strongest and the richest player on the server. All this fun is going to be live on Twitch, which I am streaming on right now as we speak, and you guys are watching this video. So if you guys want to play live with me right now, here's the IP address to join the awesome server, and as well as make sure you guys click in the link in the description below to also watch me live play with you guys. So hop right in and let's play Minecraft, or should I say BABACRAFT. Wow, it blows my mind that we actually get to open a Minecraft server. I'm super excited, but other than that, let's just get straight into the story. Sorry for bugging you guys. But what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So like I said earlier, this is a continuation of basically the first time me and my teacher, let's just say, it got too close. So if you guys haven't seen that part, make sure you guys go back and watch that, and then come back to this one so it makes more sense. But anyways, I remember a month went by, and me and her, we didn't talk after a while. Me and my hot teacher. Obviously, I should remind you guys, she is not my actual teacher. She's called a substitute teacher, so obviously she wasn't meant to last. But I remember when the month went by and things moved on, I kind of just started moving on. Not that I wasn't like in love with my teacher or anything, but I didn't think about it too much. And I remember sometimes my friends still bug me about, me and her and like, getting, somewhat close and her staring at me and me staring at her during class time. But when the original teacher came back that actually taught our class, things just kind of moved on. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys, class didn't feel the same. Honestly, school sucked. It sucked even more than how much it originally sucked. That's what she said. But going on, I remember out of nowhere one time I ended up getting a message on Facebook. Or to be exact, I was going through my Facebook message requests because hell, I don't really use Facebook. I'm mostly on Instagram. So if you guys want to DM me on there, go for it. But no, seriously, I remember I was going through my Facebook recents and my, message requests, and I saw that she messaged me on Facebook. She messaged me on Facebook literally the third day we met. And I never saw it. I never even saw it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't even know she messaged me on Facebook, but I was just so confused because she messaged me so long ago. Now, this is where things get confusing because honestly, at first in my mind, I was thinking, okay, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna text her back. It's already too late. It's already like a month past. There's no point of me doing it. It's gonna be weird. But then I don't know what came over me. I, for some reason, decided to message her back. And when I messaged her back, I'm not gonna lie, I felt dumb because what? It's already been a month, like since she texted that message. Like, what? Why would I message back now? But then the craziest thing happened. She instantly saw it and texted me back. I was so weirded out, and she ended up texting me back saying, I guess you're not on Facebook that much, are you? Yeah. I don't really know what to say at that moment. I was really confused. I was kind of just, weirded out that she actually texted me back, but at the same time, she was a hot teacher, so I'm not complaining. Going on, I remember she was asking me about homework and stuff and how I'm doing in the class and all that stuff that she helped me substitute, or she was a substitute teacher for. And me and her kind of was went back and forth about the, students that were, in my class. And then she ended up talking about that moment where we stood still just staring at each other. Obviously, at first we chuckled about it or laughed about it. And by laughing, I mean literally she typed LOL after every damn sentence. Girls, if you do that, don't do it. It's cringe. But then she ended up asking me, hey, like, do you want to maybe like meet up sometime? What? Are you telling me my substitute teacher, my own substitute teacher, bro, wanted to meet up? Now, this is where things got iffy because I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to meet up with my substitute teacher. That was kind of weird. And kids, if you guys are watching this and you guys are like young kids that have teachers and still in school and stuff, don't do this. Whatever you do not listen to anything I do. I mean, listen to the story, but don't do what I do. Many people ask why I tell these stories, and it's because I want you guys to not do what I do, or don't do what I tell, or anything like that. Consider a disclaimer. I don't have to put a disclaimer in every single one of my videos just for you guys to understand that. So just take that understanding and put it in your damn brain. But going on, I remember as I was freaking out about her literally saying that she wanted to meet up, I was panicking. I put my phone on my desk just thinking, okay, what are the consequences? What are the mistakes I'm doing here? Is this a good idea? Wait a minute, she's a hot teacher. And then she sent me her phone number. She texted me her phone number even if I didn't reply yet. Now this was weird, and honestly I ended up grabbing her phone number and literally texting it saying, hey, it's Bubba. Yeah, not the smartest thing to do, and like I said, don't do what I'm doing. She texted me, I texted her, and it got to the point where we decided to meet up at a cafe. Now reminder, she asked me to meet up at a cafe after school because obviously I guess we were both in school. She was in one school, I was in another. It was awkward. Man, I'm making it sound like we were in like a long distance relationship when in reality she was just like in another school that was like, what, a 20-minute drive from mine. But going on, we met up at the cafe, and I remember I parked my car and I saw her already standing outside looking at me. I came out of my car and I walked out, and I basically walked up to her and I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? She said, oh, like, I'm doing good. It's good to see you again. And I remember me and her, we ended up going inside the cafe, sitting down and basically talking about school. We went from talking about school to basically talking about each other's lives and stuff and how she wanted to become a teacher. And then she basically talked to me about like my dreams and hopes. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did tell her one day I want to become a famous YouTuber, which I don't know if I achieved yet, but honestly it's kind of cool that, like, you know, I became a YouTuber. I mean, hopefully she doesn't see it, because if she does and sees this video, for example, I guess I'm gonna say hi, you're hot. Going on though, me and her started talking back and forth, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, for some reason the more we talked, we got along, but she got really unmature. She went from being a mature teacher that I remember in class to literally talking about how she does parties, how she, you know, she does all these like drinking, she does all these crazy things that, let's be real here, a teacher should not be telling a student. And it got to that point where she became so unmature that it didn't even feel like I was talking to my teacher anymore. It made it seem like I was talking to like some senior that just came out of high school and just started busting out balls. That's not appropriate, but you get what I mean. So me sitting there absolutely confused and kind of just amazed by my teacher. I remember we got super unlucky at this moment, and I think this was the worst thing that could happen in any moment when you're hanging out with your teacher outside of school, especially when your teacher's hot. I ended up seeing two kids that were originally in my class walk in, and these two students were literally the students that literally my substitute teacher taught in the same class as me. So this is where things get iffy, because I remember they sat down and they weren't that far from us, but I remember I started staring them down. Then my teacher, or the substitute teacher that was with me at the time, started staring them down, and basically became a stare fest. And I remember my substitute teacher looking at me saying, okay, this is really not good. I don't feel comfortable. And I said the same thing, saying, yeah, I don't feel comfortable either. And me and her ended up actually leaving the cafe, getting in my car and leaving. But as we were leaving and she got in my car, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I remember seeing one of the students pull out their iPhones and basically take a photo of us. A literal photo of a teacher coming into my car. Reminder, I had a Toyota Celica at the time. So a teacher coming into this kind of car with a young kid, or aka me, I don't know if you call 17-year-old a kid still, but you know what I mean. It's just really, really bad look on her. I remember I ended up driving her home and she asked me to invite me in, but obviously I didn't do it, because I think we all know where that goes when a woman invites you into her own home. And I don't have to say it, but I will say it just for the kicks. It usually leads to the devil's tango. But that didn't end up happening. Going on, I remember the next day at school, I remember the same two students ended up walking up to me asking me questions. They're asking me questions like, yo, like, why were you with the teacher, bro? Or like, dude, like, were you actually just hanging out with our substitute teacher? And it became more awkward and awkward. Everyone remembered her still, and obviously they still do, because it was only a month past, but still it went from being worse to worse to worse. And right when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I ended up getting called down to the office. Like, no joke, the announcements came on and they're like, can Baba please come to the office, thank you. Great, right when I thought things couldn't get worse. So I remember I ended up getting my backpack, going down to the office, and when I got down there, my principal was waiting for me. My principal invited me inside saying, oh, Baba, come on in. We sat down and he started talking about the photo. He had the photo saved on his phone, and apparently these kids snitched on me. And he started saying things like, so why were you with the teacher? And obviously I was gonna cover her and say like, oh, like, you know, she was just teaching me in class and stuff. But then after that, I remember she ended up walking into the office as well, and we both sat down staring at our principal. We knew we got caught. We did get caught, and the teacher wanted more information on things, but obviously we didn't give it to him. We just said the same story of saying, oh, like, we were just helping out like him and his homework and stuff. And I remember he was going through my grades and stuff, and he was going through things to see if that was actually true. And well, I remember my principal telling me, all right, Baba, you can leave. I'm gonna have to talk to the teacher here. And at that moment, I remember I looked at my substitute teacher that was like really hot, and she looked at me with like a death stare and like sadness and knowing she was probably gonna get fired from her job, and I left that office. I left that office knowing I would never see her again, and yeah, that's what ended up happening. I never saw her again. She blocked me on Facebook. She blocked me on everything that we had contact on, and I wouldn't be lying if I said I wasn't a little hurt, but at the same time, hell, it was high school. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for the story. I know it's kind of crazy and it kind of sucked, but at the same time, it was kind of interesting. And like I said, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe right now if you guys haven't already. And also, just a quick reminder, I am Twitch streaming, so if you guys want to go down on Twitch and click the link right now that's in the description below. I am live right now, so if you guys want to talk to me, ask any questions about the story, go right for it. And like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. All right, peace out, guys.